Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, and also follow me over on Twitch for the latest updates. Now today we're going to take a look at Dice Venture, and this is a free-to-play board game style multiplayer game. So let's get into this really quick. So now I've already created my character. You can see up here in the right hand corner I've got my info, so we can take a look at that and see what I have. My balance, we can recharge my balance. Now every game you go into you use up your balance, so kind of an interesting system that they have set up there. So you've got my game record, which is, you can see my wins and losses as things go on. Then you've got different gifts that you can use, character card items. We're going to go ahead and use that, and let's receive cards. So there we go. We got a bunch of different characters here that we can utilize and bring into the mix. So then we've got different items. We've got an odd and even dice. We'll show you exactly how that works in a second. And we can look at my character, and I can change that out for these different characters. And you can see, depending upon the level of your character, you can see this character is basically level 1. I have exit aisle with just 1 star. And then as this moves up, you can see this character has 2 stars, and then 3, and so on and so forth. And then they're structured and they're in different places. And all those different things change things up. As you can see, like lower cost is going to cost me less for certain things when I'm in the game. So we'll get into all that, and you'll see how that kind of works here in a second. But it's kind of neat to see all these different characters, and there's a lot of different character cards that you can collect going through the game and playing the game and stuff like that, and actually purchasing. And we do have the daily, so you have this daily giveaway where you can kind of check this off and do check-in, and each day you'll get different stuff that you see. You get different other characters, you get odd and even dices, you can get black dice, you can get a lot of different stuff through this daily giveaway. But you guys are probably saying, okay, well, show us the game, what is it? It's because it's kind of weird, you're sitting there going, what is it, right? So you can do either a team match or you can do a free-for-all. I'm going to go ahead and let's see what we've got here. Let's see if we can enter this game right here. It looks like we can. Let's go ahead and ready and possibly get one more person to come in. Looks like the main guy actually left the game. So let's go ahead and game ready up. And ready, let's see. This guy's got a lot of money, but that doesn't matter. Now you see up in the upper corners, we've got different characters. We've also got me down here. Now the person who started this match, they could actually start this at any moment if they really wanted to. You also have different kind of like world maps and stuff like that. There we go. We've got our fourth. So come on, ready up so we can start the game. So we're starting the game in 10 seconds. Now basically, essentially the way this works out is I like to call it Monopoly, essentially. So it's like an MMO Monopoly game. So that guy bailed, of course, and because we need to freaking start the game. So otherwise I'm going to jump out of here and go choose another room option. But essentially, you roll the dice, you move around the map, you're able to buy different areas, you're able to build on those areas, you're able to put villas and hotels and stuff like that. Now when other players land on those spaces, then you're able to take and you're going to be able to, of course, right as we were about to start, that guy leaves. So, start the game. So maybe that was my fault. Like I said, to start the game. So please choose a card. I'm going to choose that one right there. And this is basically going to determine who goes first. So he goes first, and then we kind of roll the dice and see exactly what's going on. Now here's my stack of cash. Now you see these festival cities. You've got festival cities. You've got places like Hawaii and the Caribbean islands. There's several different ways to actually win the game. So you see he's purchasing that region right now in Toronto. So he purchased the region. He threw a villa on there. So essentially, if anybody takes and lands on that, then they're going to have to pay him a toll, essentially, for landing on that unit. Same there. It's my turn, so I actually get to roll my dice. Now, maybe, actually, it looks like it's this guy's turn. So hopefully, there we go. Yeah, he's going to roll the dice. So see, he landed on the other one. Now, you can get victory a few different ways. You can control all of these basically vacation options. You can take and control at least all of these different areas, like a full area. So you see right here, I've got land and I can construct a villa. So I'm going to buy the land and construct a villa. If I go all the way around and I land on this again, I can build a building. I go all the way around again, I can build a hotel. So we're going to go ahead and do that, construct our villa. And now it's his turn. Let's see how far he gets. He landed on the Dice World Cup. Now he gets to select a host city, which essentially he's probably going to select his city or maybe select one that he thinks he's going to land on. But then that will actually, yep, see, there you go. So to host the World Cup, so basically toll is double. So if somebody lands on that, it's actually going to be worth double. Now you see he just landed on a fortune card, and sometimes these are good, sometimes these are bad. Now, because that one was kind of bad, he's got to pay 2 times double tolls anytime he lands on anything. Not so bad right now because of the situation he's in. He's basically not going to land on anything anytime soon. So he's probably going to see that ×2 run away before he has to really deal with anything. So let's hope we don't roll double ones, a 1 and a 2, or 2 2s, or a 3 and a 1. So let's roll something big. All right, 8 is big enough. So we've landed on Taipei, which is actually a festival area. So we're going to go ahead and buy that because that is a festival. So it actually will return bigger tolls for being a festival city. As you see right there, we got our festival city. We can also, if we control all the festival cities, we'll additionally get, that's another way to win. So there's a lot of ways to actually win this game. And then a big one is actually making all of your opponents go bankrupt. Or they have to spend all of their money, whether it's getting off the deserted island, which is just like jail and Monopoly, or it's they have to take a loan to do different things. Now, see, this guy got world travel, so he can actually jump to a spot where he wants to go. Now, if he's really smart, he'll jump to something that's behind him, because that will actually push him past start, or go for this for that matter, which actually every time you get past start, that actually gives you 300,000. Or he'll go somewhere where he knows it's advantageous for him to purchase. So because he's already got this island right here, he may want to go to like Hawaii and try and pick up a second vacation area, or he may want to go to the Philippine Islands, try and pick up a second vacation area there. Now it's my turn to roll, so let's roll our dice and see what we got. Now we got Moscow. Now we're starting to pick up quite a few little places. We got 2 there and 1 more now, and they're not too expensive early on. But one thing that gets really interesting is when somebody takes and they actually land on a sea, like he got a fortune, immediately escape from deserted island. So he's going to want to hold on to that. So if he ends up on deserted island, he can take and immediately escape from that. So there you go. He paid 50 grand, and where did he shoot off to? Right back to there. He wanted to go all the way around, so he didn't choose to go to Hawaii. He chose to go all the way right there. Because he's now gone around a second time, you notice he's actually able to put not only a villa but also a building on there. So he's starting to put some decent stuff on there, which is good. So he got a shield, defend from attacks of the opponent. Now that is what happens is when you land on a fortune, you can get things that are essentially, now I landed on Berlin, so now I actually have to pay the toll to the yellow player. So, but I can actually take and purchase for 340k, 48,000. I can actually take over this spot. Now it's not really that big of a deal to me to take over this spot, so I'm gonna actually not take it over. Because I got doubles, I got to roll the dice again. So let's see where I end up. So 11. So I ended up on Tahiti. Now I'm definitely gonna be buying Tahiti. So now you see if you have 1, they're worth this much, 2, so on and so forth. So it really gets advantageous to actually try and own all of the vacation properties. So we're going to buy that, and it's a festival city, so it's a little bonus. And so now I've got 2 festivals, as you can see there, as well as Moscow, and Santiago. So you can see by highlighting over, you can see all my different land. So now let's see, where is he going to go? He landed right there. He's probably going to purchase that region. And then he's got quite a bit too. Green is working his way up. So each one of the characters you can actually highlight and see what they own, see what's going on. So now he's going to go to the Philippine Islands, which he's definitely going to buy. So now we've got things split up between three different players as far as the different vacation areas are concerned. So this is going to start to get interesting. Let's see where I end up. Now there we go, on the starting point, and I get to pay a nice little toll to him. Now, because this area is right here in the early stages, it's one of those areas that it's not very expensive, so I could take over Bangkok for 120k, but once again, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to just kind of let him have that and look to save my money for other opportunities later on. Now, see, he landed on red, so he's got to pay him 28k, and he's probably going to take that over. So there you go, he paid an additional 148, so he's actually been making some decent scratch. So we'll see how this all plays out, but the games usually they go really quick. It's not typical Monopoly where you're actually sitting there and spending hours and hours and hours. So it actually works out pretty well. The games move pretty quickly if you take and you got players that are rolling and making their decisions nice and fast and stuff like that. So let's see where he lands up. He landed there right before mine. 1 more and I would have gotten a nice little toll out of him. But let's see what we can get. We're going to move forward. Let's see where we end up. Doubles. So we're definitely going to buy this. This is a festival city, so we're actually going to buy all the way to a building. So now we've got a couple of festival cities. We've got 2 festival cities. And where's the last festival city? Where's that shiny one? Right there. So we want to get our hands on that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 would be glorious right now. So let's get ourselves an 8. Oh, one too many, a 9. But I did get Miami Beach. So that gives us another opportunity. So Miami Beach, we want to own this because, like we talked about, there are now you see ones are pink and ones are blue. So we own the one pink one, and one blue one. So it's awfully nice. Now he landed in our city, he owes us 92,000, and let's see, and he's going to take it over for the 204. So he's burning through cash, but I'm also getting myself a little stocked up. Now this guy's doing pretty well because he's rolling around pretty fast. Where did he land? On my on his own or on his Philippine Islands. So let's see, is he going to take it? He's going to have to pay, and he's going to nope, he's not going to take it over. So he's off, and he's off to select a host of the Dice City Festival. So he's probably going to change that up to one of his cities. Probably a smart one would be to put it right here, seeing that he's got the 2 options right there. So now this yellow guy, he's doing pretty good. You notice he's got 3 cities that actually have multiple buildings on it, and that really is what starts to speed up the game. Is once you start to get those, hotels and things like that. Just like Monopoly, because it gets very, very expensive to land on those spots. Just like it's going to cost me $260,000 because I just landed on it. But I'm also going to take it over because boom, now I've taken that over. I own a nice chunk of land there for rather cheaply, and I've got, the buildings and stuff on there. So it did eat a little bit of my cash, but it was worth it. I got another double, so now I can take and I can select a city to host this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select right there, pay the 50 grand. So now if anybody lands on here, it's going to be quadruple payments. So it's going to get very expensive to land on my spot because it's a festival city, and I just put that event on there. So now I get to roll again because I rolled doubles one more time, and now we're on Madrid. So we're going to go ahead and take, and for all of this, let's go ahead and spend 360K, throw a villa, throw a building and stuff on there. So we're really starting to gather up quite a bit of real estate here, which is what you want to do. You want to start to gather as much real estate as you can because it really starts to break the bank of the other players. Now, once again, this yellow guy, he's starting to pack up some spots, but it was nice that I landed there, so I was able to take some things over from him. So see, he landed on mine. I just took 520,000 off of that guy, but he also was able to take it over for 384. So he just got sucked for, let's see, he's down to 82,000. So he really got burnt pretty hard right there. So he's pretty close to probably having to take and do a little loan from the bank there. So we'll see how that plays out for him. But there we go. So he's having to pay up, and he's loading up. He's loading up there. Now see, he's got a second little building on there. My turn to roll. Let's see where we end up. 7. Of course, now I've got to pay him. So he just got 1,100,000 of my cash because he's got all that stuff. And I can't take it over because I don't have enough cash to buy it out. So I totally got screwed right there by landing on that spot right there. It totally got me a huge chunk of change. But then again, he landed on my spot, so it just kind of moves the money around. But eventually, somebody's going to land on one of these spots that's really, really hefty. The green guy actually went from being in trouble to being in a really good spot now because now he has 3 spots that have full buildings on it. So every time somebody lands on there, it's going to get very, very expensive. So let's see where we actually land. We need a nice big roll. There we go. So we get a fortune card. So decrease the city's toll by causing a yellow sandstorm. So this is what I was talking about. Sometimes that one guy got the defend. So we're actually going to take and we're going to activate this, and we're going to activate it right here to decrease the toll right there on this because I owned it. So I put that, that dice event, the Dice World Cup on there, but then it's also a festival city. So because of all of that, I needed to do something in the event that if I land on it or somebody lands on it. So see, he just got hit by taxes. So that was not very advantageous at all for him. So come on now, let's go ahead. He's going to select a touring site, so he's going to go shooting off somewhere. So he's going to pay his 50 grand, and where's he going to land? Probably somewhere. Yep. See, so he landed somewhere where he wants to go ahead and collect. So there we go. He's going to go ahead and build right there. So yep, there we go. And now it's my turn. Let's see where we end up. Hopefully not somewhere that's going to break my bank. Nope. On a decreased toll by an epidemic on the city. So now we can put an epidemic on somebody else. We are going to go ahead and put ourselves in a good position. Let's see, this yellow guy's only really got 2s. I'm going to go ahead and put it right where that guy just bought all that stuff. So there we go. So there's an epidemic there, and decreases that region significantly, but he used his shield, so he actually blocked it. So he had the chance, like we saw, he got that shield, and he was able to then block that move. So now this yellow guy, he's probably going to buy Las Vegas. And, oh, heads or tails. He's betting, and he won. So he gets a nice little chunk of change. There we go, second game. Let's see. Oh, and he won again. And let's see if he wins a third game. So he's just racking up cash right now as he's betting on this, and he lost. So he was able to earn a little bit of cash there. But oh, this guy's moving 3 spots, so he's getting right there. So see, now here's a big thing. So he's probably going to buy all this space, or as much as he can, which really took a toll on him. You see he's down to 110. So if he lands somewhere that's not really advantageous to him, well, he just got a nice little chunk of change out of that guy. But you can see he owns 2 out of these 3. So if he gets a chance to get London, he's going to be able to take. Now you see the red guy really got bit right there. Now he has to hope that he holds on to, or somebody lands on one of his spots, because he's down to 2,000 cash. If he rolls again, and let's say he lands on Paris, he's going to be really, really deep in a hole money-wise. So I just landed right there, which I'm not going to complain too much about. It's a really small place, so we're going to take that over for a nice little chunk of change. We're going to take over Toronto, and we're going to bump this all the way up to a hotel, buy it all, and there we go. So we've got those 2 spots. We've got this spot. You can see we've got a decent number, and he just landed on my little vacation property, so he owed me 60K. But he gets to now roll again, and he lands on Prague, and he's going to probably buy that up. He's got a nice chunk of change. The one guy that's probably a little worried is definitely the guy in the red in the top right-hand corner, because he's down to so little cash. Uh-oh. Now he ended up in the deserted island, but I thought he had a card to get him out of the deserted island. Maybe he forgot about it. Now, these ones, of course, are the most expensive ones to own, so he's going to purchase this region, probably drop a nice chunk of change right there. Yeah, a big-time chunk of change. So he's down to 322. This guy has to hope he rolls big. Oh, he got taxed, and it's going to cost him. Let's see how bad it is. Let's see how bad the tax man gets him. He's only got 2K in cash, but his total assets are 1.7 million, so he's got to sell some of his regions now. So he's actually selling some of his regions back to the bank to try and generate enough revenue to pay his tax bill now. So we're going to see how he's going to go ahead and make out. He's got all these here, and then he's got those there. He's got to kind of finagle it to be able to generate enough revenue to pay the tax man, which is very scary. As we all know, the tax man, very scary guy. But either way, like I said, there's multiple ways to win. And usually it's a really fast game. This one's a little bit slower because we do have 4 players. And like right now, this guy's trying to figure out how he's going to pay his debts, stuff like that. But the games are pretty entertaining if you just want a little board game. So there you go. He's down to 0 cash. He basically made his sales. And let's see where we end up real quick. 5. Oh, no. We ended up on this guy's spot. So that was pretty costly. But let's see, 908 if we want to take it over. Yes, we're going to take that over because then we've got 2 spots. We've got all that. So he's raked in the cash now. So upgrade a city with a landmark. The toll will be that. Construction costs 200K. We're going to buy a landmark. Put a landmark right there. And there we go. Now, if somebody lands on that, it's going to be very, very expensive for them to land on that. Now, this guy's really happy that he just landed on Hawaii because it's open and he's going to purchase that. And he will own Hawaii. And let's see how these guys are. Either way, guys, I did want to give you guys a little bit more. I was hoping to show you a full win, but the game is taking a little bit longer due to the fact that we have 4 players. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. It's a fun little game. If you want something to kind of kill some time and enjoy some different stuff. Now see, he just got hit by that 28K because he landed on that spot, but he's taking over the city. He's got a little bit of money. But like I was saying, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. Also, please comment and like these videos as we really appreciate that feedback. If you'd like to play or learn more about Dice Venture, you can see the full game profile at MMODen.com or just click the link down in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.